Good evening, America. This is the man in the black mask, and he's finally returned with a bizarre story indeed, because I know y'all love bizarre stories, and they get so many good reads nowadays. So, like I said, the man in black mask only brings out stuff that are bizarre. So, here it is. Rikers inmate attacks jail captain with feces. I want to show you a picture of it too, okay? I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to put it up close. See this? See him drenched in shit? Look like he slept in a fucking pig pen. You see this, man? Got shit all over his uniform, and it got ruined. Man ruined this shit. Yeah, I know, man. Thank God I never have shit thrown at me. It's funny, but otherwise sad, you know? Okay, let me read this bizarre story with y'all, okay? He's back with something bizarre. The man in the black mask. Here he is. A Big Apple jail captain was attacked by a Rikers Island inmate and smothered in feces, law enforcement sources told the Post. Now, this is an article from Sunday. I'm just now getting it to you. I just now found this thing. Captain Novella LaCroix was working a night shift on Wednesday around 9:45 p.m. when inmate Arthur Brown started hurling the brown muck at him from inside his cell, hitting the captain in the face and torso area. Internal records show. LaCroix, who's been with the City Department of Corrections for almost 9 years, had been conducting a tour of the cells when the attack occurred, the records state. An image of LaCroix following the defilement shows his crisp white uniform shirt almost completely covered in feces. I just showed you the shirt earlier. You know what I'm saying? His shirt is kind of ruined, so he's probably going to have to get a new uniform and throw that shit in the garbage, man. Even if he was to wash it in the laundromat, guess what? The fucking remnants are probably still going to be there. The extent of his injuries weren't immediately clear, but he did turn the uniform shirt over for testing, records show. It should be worth knowing that the inmate may have some sort of disease. So yeah, it's good that he brought that shirt in for testing. You know, the smothered shirt. The job is really gonna shit. A DLC source fumed about the incident. And this is me saying this. How bizarre. And this is also what the DLC source is commenting on. This shows the continuing lack of respect the officers get, day in and day out, from the inmates and the higher ups don't back them. Patrick Ferriulo, the president of the Correction Captains Association, told the Post late Sunday Brown has attacked DLC staff with feces at least a half dozen times. Should call him the shit man, Arthur Brown. And speaking of brown, that's what the color shit is. Though it can be green too, but shit is mostly brown. And his last name fits the equation of shit. Think Reservoir Dogs. You know, Quentin Tarantino played, I think, Mr. Brown, I think. Yeah. And he said this, Mr. Brown is a little close to Mr. Shit. During which point Steve Buscemi replies, Mr. Pink sounds like Mr. Pussy. Oh, shit. Anyway, check out Reservoir Dogs on HBO. All right, backtrack to this feces thing. This should have never happened because this is not the first time that this employee has doused an employee with feces. Sorry, you all said by phone. Yo, this shit is funny, man. I can't believe what I'm reading. I can't fucking believe it. It's so unbelievable to me that I'm actually getting a kick out of reading this shit to you. Yeah, this is definitely going to get a lot of views. If not now, definitely later, because this is just too fucking funny, even though it's bizarre. The DLC captain said this. I've been personally told that he has exhausted his time in punitive segregation, solitary confinement, so they can't move him. That's unacceptable. When an inmate behaves that way and throws feces at uniformed staff, he needs to be isolated. He needs to be put in punitive segregation. There should be no exhausting of time when it comes to an inmate this violent and this dangerous, but yet they continue to coddle the inmate. This didn't happen with Khalid Browder. So he didn't act out in there, but he was mistreated, and he was left in solitary to rot mentally. And then when he got out, he just fucking killed himself. Now that brings tears. That don't bring laughter. It always brings tears. When I think of Cleve Browder, I can't help but cry and think that could have been me. Because I was locked up once. So yeah, I'm telling you. The Ferriulo said at least 3 captains, including LaCroix, have been personally attacked with feces by Brown, and the staff his union represents need more support. Agreed. No one has supported LaCroix. We literally had to fight with the warden to get him a couple of days off so he could go and just regroup, and recover from this tragedy. The president said he attacked the warden with shit, gave the warden a shit shower. Arthur Brown, Jesus Christ. My guy is devastated, he continued, referring to LaCroix. The DLC has been grappling with a staggering surge of resignations from correctional staff, many of whom jumped ship to the NYPD amid inhumane treatment, dangerously long hours, and unsafe working conditions. The president of the Correction Officers Benevolent Association told John Katsimatidis, John Katsimatidis, on his radio show Sunday. Yeah, some people's names are just way too fucking hard to pronounce. So yeah, we're having the roughest time in my 22-year career ever. Officers are working triple shifts, which includes, in some cases, 30 hours straight, which will drive anybody crazy because you can't sleep too much. It's a really unsafe situation for us. My correction officers are suffering. The Cobra president, Benny Basho, who doesn't represent LaCroix, said on the CATS roundtable. We filed a lawsuit against the Department of Corrections and the Department of Labor to provide a safe and healthy working environment for the DLC. It's terrible for us. They are not providing time for female officers who are recent mothers to be able to go to a separate location to pump their breast milk for their babies. It's deplorable for them to be treating us this way. Basho called the recent exodus a tragedy and said the DLC hasn't been able to hire a new corrections officer in nearly 3 years. The deplorable conditions that face corrections officers to leave their job, over 1,000 resignations since January 2019, pre-pandemic, of course. We're dealing with broken cell doors. They are housing inmates by gang affiliation. It's truly a shame. Now, a lot of that shit happens at the Otis Bantam Correctional Center. That was supposed to close, but for some reason it's still open. And just recently they reopened the George Machin Detention Center not too long ago. That closed in January 18, but it's since reopened. I don't know whether it was during or after the pandemic had hit. I don't know, but I know the George Machin Detention Center is still open. And it's just as restrictive as the Otis Bantam Correctional Center, which the Bloods gang members call only Bloods can call. Now, I know that Otis Bantam Correctional Center is flooded with gang members. Trust me. It's gang territory. You definitely don't want to go up in that piece of shit. Basho said the DLC answered the call during COVID, and the union shouldn't have to sue to get better conditions. Agreed. We come to work every day. We are essential workers. We are the first responders, and this is how we're being treated by the city. It's truly a shame, Basho said. When the new mayor takes office and they talk about cleaning up the city of New York, well, guess where everybody's going to be sent? Rikers Island. And we need 2,000 corrections officers to help us to be able to handle that population. The city has gone to shame. Yeah, I'll bet that the Rikers Island facility will probably remain open past 2026 and 2027 and beyond, especially with this pandemic. Now, Arthur Brown, who is in his late 30s, has been locked up since May 2019 on felony assault and bail jumping charges. The DLC didn't comment on the incident, telling the Post only they were looking into it. Now, a lot of you are probably wondering, right? Not to make excuses, but I'm sure a lot of you is wondering, did those officers do something to provoke Mr. Brown to where he decided to give the warden a shit shower? I mean, we don't know. Yet we can't speculate, but we have to hear the facts before we speculate. So me, I don't speculate unless I get the facts 100%. Okay? Only then I can judge. Until then, I can't judge nobody. But I'm not here to make excuses for nothing or nobody. But I would say this: this is a complete tragedy for this crazed inmate to give the warden a shit shower, whatever provoked them into doing so. But I've never heard of nothing like this before. That's why I kind of laughed, because it was like fucking strange to me. But now when I look back later on, I realize that it's sad. Because think about it, that could have been some of you. That could have been some of you that work with the staff at Rikers Island and have had piss and fucking feces thrown at them. That could have been some of your friends or family members working there. Could even be your own kid. So that's another reason why I wouldn't particularly laugh at a situation. But the only reason why I did was because I couldn't believe it. Okay? This is exactly why I watch comedy, to get some laughs. But I sometimes laugh at some really fucked up shit, even though I know I shouldn't. But, I do my best. I'm being human, and I'm not perfect. But like I said, those of you that are wondering where Arthur Brown is, he is at the North Infirmary Command Center, okay? That is the mental health unit. They probably diagnosed him with a mental illness or something. I don't fucking know. But he won't be doing that shit at the NIC, that's for sure. They'll probably medicate him or some shit, because they do medicate inmates out there, especially those at the medical unit, North Infirmary Command. His former prison hospital. Bernard Getz was once there, and so was Leo Brancato. He got caught in this murder of a police officer. Saying his friend that was killed, he was the one that shot the cop. Leo Brancato acted in concert and got 5 to 10 years or some shit. I don't know. But, he's out doing his own thing now. But like I said, a lot of you think that Arthur Brown is mentally ill. And guess what? He probably is. Because I got another story to read about him tomorrow. I wish I could bring it out to you tonight, but it'll be too late. So, yeah. Be on the lookout for tomorrow. Okay? I will bring out the article of him trying to escape. But it's too late for me to share anything else with you. But I'm glad I came back to read a strange story with you. And if you have any questions, right, drop a comment underneath the screen window. Like and subscribe for more news. And if I don't get it to you now, I will definitely get it to you later. But I'm still on your side. So please be on my side too, because I don't just bring out anything. I only bring out stuff that are unbelievable and shareable. Okay? I bring out stuff that are worth sharing. I wouldn't just throw anything at you. I wouldn't do that. I don't throw shit in people's faces. That's not why I signed up for this channel. I didn't sign up to throw shit in your face. I came here to throw bizarre stories in your faces because I want you all to read and believe it and understand it so that we could talk about it. Everybody got something to talk about. Hell, I got something to talk about, just like you got something to talk about. Thank God for YouTube. Thank God I signed up for this channel during the pandemic because I got so many fucking stories to tell and so many to share with you. I like to tell a fucking story. I think about that Biggie song. I got a story to tell. Yeah, listen to Biggie. Listen to the Notorious B.I.G. and then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. Thank God Biggie made this shit happen. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe and drop a comment underneath my window. If you got something to say, if you got a question to ask, please let me know and do it with respect and dignity. Okay? Until then, good luck, be well, and have a good evening. And thank you for your service. I will be back tomorrow with part 2. Okay? Good night and good luck to you all.